Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, your journey, our passion, and by Dow Automotive Systems, improving durability and increasing design flexibility with Betamate structural adhesives at dowbetamate.com.
Hello and welcome to Autoline Daily, and here are some of the latest developments in the global automotive industry. Sales of Japanese cars plummeted in China after the two countries started arguing over who owns some islands in the South China Sea. Angry Chinese citizens smashed Japanese cars and dealerships. But now it looks like Chinese consumers have gotten over it. Honda, Toyota, and Nissan all saw their sales surge last month. In fact, Honda sales were higher than they were before the big backlash broke out. Meanwhile, Ford, which got a late start in China, is sure making up for lost time. Its sales are rocketing up the charts. In fact, Ford could possibly sell 1 million vehicles in China this year. That would put it ahead of Honda and Toyota and very close to Nissan. But of course, Volkswagen, with sales forecast to hit 3.2 million vehicles in China this year, and General Motors at 3 million, continue to dominate the Chinese car market. The auto industry is in a herd of trouble in France, so the French government is organizing automakers, suppliers, research centers, and engineers with two goals in mind. First, to develop autonomous cars, and second, to create a low-cost B-segment car that only uses 2 liters of fuel per 100 kilometers, or about 118 miles per gallon, and they want the price below $20,000. Renault and PSA are leading the project with help from Valeo, Faurecia, Michelin, and Plastic Omnium. Engineers say the car will likely be a gasoline-electric hybrid and weigh 500 pounds less compared to today's B-segment cars. A prototype is expected to be shown at next year's Paris Auto Show. As you know, the UAW is running into resistance in its efforts to represent Volkswagen workers in Tennessee. But now the union is getting support from Germany. Reuters reports that the head of Volkswagen's Global Works Council and a member of the IG Metall union is backing the UAW's efforts. He says installing a works council at the Tennessee plant will be an important factor in getting his support for approving building other models there. The company is currently evaluating whether to build a new crossover in Tennessee or at its plant in Mexico. A few weeks back, we showed you the interior of the 2015 Cadillac Escalade, but now we have the rest of the vehicle to show you. And it's not too hard to tell this new model apart from the previous one. The front grille is larger, the headlamps and fog lamps get a new shape, and the rear taillights extend up to the roof. But the most noticeable design feature is the belt line that flows off the headlamp and runs the entire length of the vehicle, similar to the ATS. Even the dash is easy to tell apart at a quick glance. It looks far less boxy than the previous model. The 2015 Escalade will be built at GM's plant in Arlington, Texas, and is slated for production next spring. Okay, what's more efficient, roundabouts or stop signs? Some people love them, others hate them. So the guys over at Mythbusters decided to put this one to the test. They set up both scenarios and had vehicles running through both intersections for 15 minutes. Not surprisingly, roundabouts are about 20% more efficient, allowing 75 more vehicles through the intersection in that 15 minutes. And you know what I like about roundabouts over stop signs is, if traffic's light and there's no need to stop, you don't have to. Hey, coming up next, it's time for You Said It.
Dow Automotive Systems, driving solutions in automotive, commercial transportation, and aftermarket with innovative products like Betamate structural adhesives. Lighter, stronger, safer. dowbetamate.com.
And now it's time for some of your feedback. John 897 saw our report of GM CEO Dan Akerson bashing Tesla, but responds and says, what set Akerson off is Elon Musk bashing GM and its competition recently. I don't see why John did not mention anything about this. Why does it seem okay for Musk to badmouth GM, but not okay if Akerson has a response to his bad-mouthing? John, please tell me why. Well, look, it's not okay in either case. It's childish for both Musk and Ackerson to go in front of the media and trash each other's cars. They should be taking that opportunity to be selling what they have, not dissing someone else's product. You know, in my experience, it's the most capable, mature, and successful executives who actually congratulate their competitors on a job well done. It's the insecure, immature ones that have to call them names. Don Lacombe heard my editorial on the fact that Big Oil's lobby is far more effective than the automotive lobby, because otherwise we would have installed vapor recovery systems on gas station pumps instead of installing them on every vehicle manufactured. He says, about the onboard vapor recovery systems, removing them from the car will reduce weight and free up package space. Sounds like it's worth a fight to me. And you're absolutely right, Don, except that the car companies lost this fight years ago. C-Tech agrees with all the production delays on the new Jeep Cherokee. Jeep is doing the right thing by not selling the Cherokee to the public before solving the trans issue. If this were one of the big three Japanese brands, I believe there would be much praise for their decision. Given that what rides on a successful launch for both ZF and Chrysler, I suspect trying to get the shift points correct is the issue. Steve Weintraub says, call me old-fashioned, but I don't trust the drive-by-wire from Infiniti. What if the mechanical backup doesn't work? And why do they need backup if the system itself is supposed to work? There is just too much useless technology rammed at us. I love driving, but keep it simple. Steve, you never want to say never, but it would be almost impossible for the Infiniti steer-by-wire system to fail. When the power's off, the steering is mechanically connected. When you start it up, that activates a clutch that disconnects the mechanical system and makes it steer-by-wire. So in the case of any kind of malfunction, it defaults to a mechanical connection. Hey, thanks for all your letters and comments. We truly enjoy getting them. Also, a reminder, this Friday, we're going to be choosing the winner for this beautiful book, Driving America, which is a 300-page collection of the most important cars at the Henry Ford Museum, from everyday runabouts to the most luxurious motor cars. It's beautifully produced with details of the cars and, of course, the cars themselves. Now, to be a contender to win it, you have to be a subscriber to Autoline Daily. If you already are, no worries, you are eligible. If not, sign up today. Just look for the Win This Book icon on the homepage at Autoline.tv. And that wraps up today's report. Thanks for watching, and please join us again here tomorrow.